So there's been just a few issues in the garden lately. Sorry about the close-up here, but I didn't want to take the time to get the tripod out and all that stuff. A few issues in the garden lately. I wanted to run those by you. Had some blossom end rot, some blight, and I think too much heat. I've burnt up some of my flowers with the nutrient solution. Not too much heat temperature-wise, but too much heat fertilizer-wise. And a real quick note before we get into that stuff, these are my raised bed tomatoes. As you see, I got a few little Costaludos here coming out. Certainly nothing near ripening. This Valencia, some small little tomatoes. The only place that I'm having the big growth is in the hydro system. The guys here in the raised bed, they are taking their time just like you would normally expect. So the people who are a little miffed that I'm doing so well in the garden, a lot of it has to do with the hydroponic stuff and not so much that I'm some sort of genius. Because trust me, I'm not. Here's an example of some blight that I found on my Italian heirloom, which, you know, kind of distressing. Here's some on the black crim, and that's pretty high up on the plant itself. It's not some of the lower branches, so it's definitely making its way up. Here's the mountain princess. It's got a couple little spots of it. Now, I realize this isn't horrible at this point, but I sure would like to nip it in the bud. So I'm hoping that the serenade is going to help with that. But on the bright side, Costaludo-wise, that's looking good. And here are some of the blossom end rot that I've come across. And this is the really disturbing part. This is my Costaludo is definitely one of the biggest victims of this. And it's not looking good. But there again, we have some blossom end rot on the tomato gypsy. And this is on the Thessaloniki. Now, while this isn't widespread, this is the Italian heirloom. Not, you know, each plant isn't full of it, but each plant, not every single plant, every variety, but a good number of the varieties, and you know, a couple of tomatoes maybe in each of those varieties are showing this blossom end rot. So I am going to take some preventative action here to hopefully combat a bit of the blossom end rot and the blight. And I'm going to put some Serenade on it. And that is, Serenade is an antifungal spray. I talked to the guys at the hydro store today, and they said blossom end rot, besides being caused by inconsistent watering or perhaps a calcium magnesium deficiency. I doubt if it's calcium magnesium because I'm putting a lot of, not a lot, but a good amount of calcium and magnesium additives to my nutrient solution. It can also be caused by bacteria. So seeing as how I'm going to be putting the Serenade on for the blight, hopefully that will also do some wonders on the blossom end rot. We can only hope. Oh, look, love those Stupicis coming in, looking mighty fine. Can't help it, sorry. Oh look, Mountain Princess too, awesome. About a week ago I started seeing things like this, where the flowers have burnt, I think that they've burnt up and just kind of fallen off of the stem. I think it might have been because of too hot a nutrient solution. So I've kind of brought that down a little bit. I had cranked it up some. I had been slowly bumping it up to about 2,000, well, a little over 2,000 parts per million. And that's kind of when I started seeing this stuff start happening. So I've tweaked it back down to about 1,600 parts per million, and so far things have been looking okay. I haven't seen any more as we go up. Let's see, there's another one. As we go up a little higher in the plant, the newer flowers, I'm not seeing this burn like that where they just pop right off. So hopefully that's taking care of that. And the only other thing that I come across is I'm having to clean out the emitters quite a bit more than I had intended, or that I had hoped, I guess. Got to make sure that it's getting plenty of water. I'm going through 20 gallons of water a day, water/nutrient solution a day, and that's quite a bit. And I'm going through about 1,000 parts per million of the nutrient solution as well. So I'm definitely keeping up on that, which is a plus. Able to do that a lot easier with the the 255-gallon drums. So another quick note, I've increased my waterings from 3 times a day to 4 times a day. I'm now watering 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. And I may actually add a 9 p.m. Short one just before bedtime. Hoping that will, because I've noticed that if I increase the waterings, I will use more water. So I think they may have been starving a little bit for water, which may have been a contributor to the blossom end rot. So although I am definitely having some setbacks, overall, really the garden is looking very, very nice. So I'm not distraught too much about it, but I want to nip some of these problems in the bud. Thanks for putting up with the extremely close you and me thing here. Hopefully a little bit better thought out video next time, but thanks for taking the time to check it out, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.